Alright, this is problem 5-2 from the book. You should be able to solve for the reaction forces now, but I've gone ahead and given those to you just in case so you can double check your answers. RAX is a 5 kip force, okay, it's going to the left. RAY is 4.58 acting up, and RCY is 5.42 kips acting up. Alright, I think we'll go ahead and start at joint C. And I've gone ahead and done the angle calculation that you will need to do yourself here. Okay, the tangent of C is the opposite over the adjacent, 10/16, and I get C is equal to 32 degrees. Alright, so I have RCY acting up 5.42 kips here. Okay, and then I'm going to have some other forces acting here. One of them is going to be force BC acting down. That's not what I meant to do. There we go. Okay, and it's got to be acting down in the Y direction because it's the only Y force at this joint, and it's got to counteract this up. Okay, so we're going to draw it like this. Okay, and now since that is going in a negative X direction, I know that FAC must counteract that, so it must go in a positive X direction. Alright, so we've got those. Now let's label these just so that we don't forget what they are. This is FBC, and this is FAC. Alright, okay, so on joint C, let's do sum of forces Y. That's equal to 0. Okay, which is going to be 5.42 kips minus FBC times the sine of 32 degrees. Okay, so FBC is going to be equal to 5.42 divided by the sine of 32 degrees, and I get 10.2 kips. Alright, now we drew it going towards the joint, okay, and going towards the joint we've said means that the object's in compression. Well, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, so we'll write C. Okay, now we can do sum of forces X to get AC. That's also equal to 0. Okay, which is going to be 10.2 kips times cosine of 32 degrees minus FAC. Alright, so when I solve that, FAC is equal to 8.67 kips. Okay, I have drawn that with the arrow pointing away. Okay, so that from the joint, and remember we said that meant that it was in tension. Right? Okay, good. So now we have those two forces, and we can go ahead and look at joint A. We know FAC acts on joint A as well, alright? And it's in tension, so we have to draw it in tension again. Okay? Remember that tension would be with the arrowhead pointing away. Alright? This is FAC. And we know that equals 8.67. Alright. Okay, now we also know that we have FAB acting here, alright? So we know that it has a Y component that has to counteract this, so we know that it's got to act in a downward force, alright? So that is FAB. Right? This is RAY, which is 4.58. And this is RAX, which is equal to 5 kips. Okay. I also had found this angle as well. I did opposite over adjacent again. Opposite was the height. Adjacent of the truss, adjacent is 8 feet. So you get 51.3 degrees for A. Right? So we can do sum of forces X or sum of forces Y. Alright, so we got 4.58 minus FAB sine, oops, need a little multiply so that's clearer to you, sine of 51.3 degrees. Alright, and so when I solve that for FAB, it's just 4.58 divided by the sine of 51.3 degrees. I get FAB is going to be equal to 5.87 kips. Okay, now we've drawn FAB acting towards the joint, and when we draw that towards the joint, what we're saying is that member is in compression, so we have to put the C after it. Okay, and now we completely know all the members in problem 5-2.